My name is Anouk Focquier. I am the granddaughter of Viktor Focquier, the great-granddaughter of Franciscus Focquier, Louis Focquier and Romanus Ruel. My grandfather, Viktor Focquier, was captured and put in prison here in Sachsenhausen. And my three other family members were, via different other concentration camps, sent to Gusen in Austria, where they died. And my family ended up in this horrible situation because they were part of the resistance in Belgium. Having all these members of the family in concentration camps and only one returning back home, it created an enormous trauma that was passed on over the generations, because it was the situation in which my father was brought up and eventually in which I was brought up. For generations, there was a family trauma that was like an elephant in a room. And since nobody was capable of defining this elephant, and nobody really wanted to talk about it directly, it took me 20 years to realize that my upbringing was different from a lot of other people, and that my family was suffering from the events that happened to them. I remember one particular event with my grandfather that sort of gives a good idea of what trauma is in our family. I must have been like 4 or 5 years old, probably 5, and my grandparents took me to the zoo. And upon arriving there, there was a little boy who was doing what a lot of kids do at that age, chasing doves. And he would run into a group of doves and the doves would fly up. And that image triggered so much anger and aggression with my grandfather that he ran to the child, who must have been, he was like a toddler. And he started shouting and screaming at that child that he was doing a terrible thing. And it was so bad that my grandmother had to calm him down and to take him away from the scene. And this scene always kept with me in such a way that I still have until today. If I see this happening, I'm not sure, in first response, I'm not sure if I have to be okay with kids running into or making birds fly away or not, or if I should let that go, or if I should feel angry about it. In the summer of 2019, I decided that for the first time in my life, I wanted to be confronted with the history of my family, and I wanted to make that decision on my own. Then I decided that I wanted to bring back the trauma of where it originated, here in Sachsenhausen. And to do that in a proper way, I decided I had to bike from where I live in Belgium to Sachsenhausen, which is a 1,000-kilometer bike trip. And I did that on my own, so I had plenty of time to think and to reflect and to be able to return something that was given to us and that didn't belong in our family.